The decisions that you make today will determine how your life is in 6 months, in a year's time, in 5 years' time. So think about who you're listening to. My mentor always told me, only take advice from people that you would trade places with. Okay? If somebody has what you want, great, listen to what they're doing. If you're listening to somebody and you're like, I don't even want that person's life, why are you listening to them? And so these people don't pay your bills. They're not the person who's waking you up every day saying, are you ready for your day? Let's get fired up. Let's go. They're not the people saying that. Unless they're the people right outside your bed in the morning and they're dancing around and they're super excited for you. No, it's not. It's just you. When you wake up, it's just you, and you have to feel that purpose and that passion every single day for what you do so that you get out of bed. If we don't feel excited, we often don't want to get out of bed. But when we do feel excited, we do want to get out of bed. And that's because we are living in our full passion and purpose. And this community has got your back. The universe has got your back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of It Takes Grit with me, Rebecca Louise. I am so fired up today. This has been something that has been on my mind all week, and I've been so excited to make this podcast for you. You guys are like the best people in the world, and I want to just keep on helping you. Just get out of your own way, breaking free of limitations and being the best version of you. So I hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. This is something that is really dear to my heart and I'm so passionate about. So we're going to talk about how to deal with negative people when you do something new. I can see some of you out there right now giving me a little nod and saying, yep, this happens to me. I've had this happen to me in the past. And I guarantee you there is not one person out there who has just not had any negativity about something. So you are not unique. You're not special in that. You're not like, oh my goodness, it's me. That's why they're being like this. I promise you it's not. It is all about other people. So are you ready to dive in? But before we do, we have not got long before our Inner Transformation Program. Oh yes, in May, we have our third Inner Transformation Program. It's absolutely unbelievable. So if you're looking to dive in a little bit deeper into your own personal development, you're looking to break free from your limitations and set and crush new goals, this program is life-changing. It's 4 weeks, it's full immersion. You just do as much as you can. You go at your own pace, but we get to do things together. You're gonna have me available for calls. There's so much interaction. We have a great Facebook group as well to keep each other accountable. So head on over to RebeccaLouiseCoaching.com and you can get yourself set up for May. Trust me. Taking action is what breeds results. And wherever you put your energy, it's where you're going to get more things back. So if you're like, hey, I want to work on breaking free and, crushing those barriers and just stepping into the person who I want to be, you get to take that action step today. We also have affiliate link available. So if you're like, hey, I would quite like to really promote this as well because I've done it before and I love it and I want to help other people, there's affiliate link as well. So get yourself started, get yourself registered, say like, I'm going to commit, I'm going to make a difference. Because if we don't do something different, we're going to have the same results. It's the definition of an insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I'm so excited. We've already got so many people who have joined. Do not miss out on this one, on something that can absolutely change the trajectory of your life. So are you ready? Today, we are talking about how to navigate those negative people in our lives when we start something new. And it's not often when we start something new that is what we consider normal. If you go to school, it's normal. If you get this kind of job, it's normal and it's okay. For some reason, society has told us that certain things are okay and certain things are taboo for whatever reason. And it's not wrong or it's not right, it's just the way it is. It is normal to go to university. Okay, people who don't go, it's like, why are you not going? People who don't want to have kids, why are you not having kids, right? It's all these things that people just think are out of the ordinary. And we had the most unbelievable, it was just electrifying retreat that we had here with 24 of us coming together with the same values and the same goals and the same struggles. And we really just broke through and connected together as a unit. It was phenomenal. you just had to be here to experience. I've never even experienced something so magical. It was unbelievable. And one of the things that I found that when people got back home, people were negative. They were negative about the fact that they come to Southern California. I don't even understand why. And honestly, my first reaction was I was mad. I was effing fuming. My first emotion was like, this is crazy. What is wrong with the world? Like, this is bananas that people aren't ecstatic or excited about somebody coming to freaking Southern California and working out, going on hikes, eating healthy smoothies, having fun, dancing, meeting new people. I mean, I was like in my head, like, what on earth is wrong with these people? And that was my first reaction, was anger. And that is normal, okay? If you're angry at somebody, first of all, it's completely normal. But about a couple minutes in, I just got this sudden, overwhelming sadness. This sadness for those people who are negative, to people who had come to the retreat and had done all of that. And I was just like, I feel so sad for those people that they feel like they have an authority, or they want to put out their own negative vibes about how somebody has been so brave to get on an aeroplane and go to a different state and put themselves out there and not know anybody and do it regardless. I felt so sad for those people who had been negative, because I just thought, my goodness, what must their life be like? What must their life be like that they feel like this is something that they would feel is normal to say? And I really just took a lot of deep breaths, and I just felt, and I felt for those people, because I was like, they must be struggling, they must be hurting, something must not be great in their life. And I really wanted to make this podcast on it to help those people, but most of all, help those people who are you guys out there on how do you deal with negative people when you start something new. So I'm going to tell you why people are negative. I'm going to tell you when it happens to prepare you. I'm going to show you what to do about it, why you should do it, and also when to do it. Okay, so just bear with me through this, as I'm going to really give you the tasks and the tools that you need to make sure that you are living in your full potential. You are doing it, right? Because if we start to live in other people's worlds or realms, like, we're going to get on our deathbed and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I listened to that person 15, 16, 20, 25 years ago, and I didn't pursue my passion because somebody in my life that I decided to keep in my life told me something negative. No, today we're going to draw a line in the sand, and I'm going to give you the confidence that you need to step into your greatness, because you are made for more. Okay. A little bit about my background too. I've been around it too. When I first started my fitness and health journey, I mean, I was doing workouts, but I wasn't particularly healthy with what I was eating, going out, partying at the weekends. And when I started my health journey almost 8 years ago, my friends that I was around didn't want to start the program with me. They weren't interested in the smoothies and the shakes and the supplements and the post-workout. They weren't interested in that. But I didn't care, because I felt so good. I mean, I did care. Let's not lie. I did care because I was sad that I thought that these people were my friends and they weren't supporting me. It felt like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Why are they not following me? Why do they not want me to be successful? Why do they not want me to be healthy? And luckily, I had surrounded myself with so many positive people because I chose to. I kept choosing to show up next to my mentor. I would drive to my mentor 3 times a week, 30-minute drive, just to be in their space, just to be around them. So I would take myself out of the environment of people partying at the weekends, being negative, not really going for anything in life, and I would put myself in an environment where I knew that I wanted to be in the future. And I think that that's one of the biggest things for me, was that I just kept surrounding myself, and I stayed close to what? What do I always talk about? I stayed close to the fire. I stayed close to the people who were moving and shaking, and it felt good. And all I did was I stayed in that unit. And I lost those friends. I went through a divorce because of it. I lost all the friends, so-called friends, right? I'm so glad we're just completely different people now. They wouldn't even fit into my life. Like, they wouldn't even be someone I would even want to even have a text message with. Like, I won't even reach out to them. There is absolutely nothing. And at the time, they were my everything. They were my only friends. It was my husband, right? And I thought that that was just going to be my life forever. And it wasn't easy and it was scary, but I knew so deep down that there was something else more and that I wasn't going to be happy staying in this environment with these people. So I made the decision. I was like, nope, I found this new bunch of people and I'm going to hang out with them all the time because they make me feel good and I see the direction. And I'm so glad I did do that. And that decision was I made because I wouldn't be sitting right here in Newport Coast filming a podcast right now for you. So the decisions that you make today will determine how your life is in 6 months, in a year's time, in 5 years' time. So think about that. When you hear my story, it's like, okay, she had to go through it too. She got to go through it. I had all of those. I was brand new in America. I didn't even have my home friends. Like, I was just, zapped off into another country and trying to figure it out. So I understand that it's difficult and it's hard, but I cannot express how much better it is to be by yourself, doing the things that you know you should be doing, rather than being surrounded by people that are not uplifting. So let's talk about, why are people negative? Sometimes they're just unknown. Sometimes I've said it when I've said an idea to somebody and they've come back straight away with, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about this? And sometimes people do it because they care and they are trying to find the details and they're trying to understand it in their own head. And maybe you do that. I've really had to learn not to do that, especially when a new team member comes to me and they say, what about this idea? What about this idea? And I'm like, no, that won't work, blah, 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 blah. None of that. There's a great book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it's about how do you talk to people. And one of the things that I've really learned is that when somebody comes with you for an idea, instead of just shutting it down, just be super excited. It doesn't even matter. In fact, you don't even need to know the details. Let them enjoy it. Let them say all of their ideas. Let them see, what's creative and be open to it. And oftentimes, sometimes when we share our ideas with other people, right, we get that negativity straight away because they're asking all these questions. And it might feel like it's negativity, but it's actually just somebody trying to be interested in asking questions and kind of feeling like they've got your best interest at heart because they're protecting you, which sometimes they are, but it's about getting that balance. So maybe that's something that you do. Maybe when somebody comes to you with an idea, maybe it's your child, maybe it's your mom, maybe it's somebody that you work with and you shut it down, all right? I highly suggest that you go, oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. Tell me more, okay? So sometimes people are being negative just because they want more details or it's the unknown. And sometimes they're scared they're gonna lose you. It is so much easier for them to pull you down to their level than for them to catch up to where you are. So they stay in that area and they make you feel bad for wanting more. Do not let that happen. You are destined for more, and they're only doing it because they don't see it for themselves. And if they don't see it for themselves, it's even more of your responsibility to keep leading forward to show them that they can do it as well. That's how I have it in my brain. If someone kind of comes to me and they did something negative, I was like, oh my goodness, they feel like they can't do it. I'm going to be a leading role and I'm going to show them that I can do it so that they believe that they can do it as well. If you switch your mindset to thinking like that, it's amazing the progress that you can make happen. Often, sometimes they're jealous. I'm pretty sure that a lot of people who came to this retreat, friends and families, were very jealous because they didn't have the bravery to get on an airplane, they didn't have the guts to come by themselves, and they didn't have the balls to do it. And sometimes it comes from a place of jealousy. The fact that you guys, nobody more successful than you will ever judge you. Somebody successful is going to tell you, or somebody who's got their brain together, or they're smart, or they've got mindset, and they've worked on personal development. If you tell anybody like that you got on a plane and you went to a retreat in Southern California and you did workouts and you did personal development and meditation and goal setting, they're going to be like, you're freaking unbelievable. That's what they're going to say. So think about who you're listening to. My mentor always told me, only take advice from people that you would trade places with. Okay, if somebody has what you want, great, listen to what they're doing. If you're listening to somebody and you're like, I don't even want that person's life, why are you listening to them? Often it comes from jealousy. And when does it happen? It happens when you do something out of the ordinary, which we spoke about at the beginning. If you don't go to school to be a nurse, or you don't go to school to be a firefighter, or you don't go to school to be a teacher, all these things that are set, apparently that's the way to do it. But you do something different, people don't understand what I do. I've got family and friends. They have no idea what I do. They don't understand. I don't care. I absolutely freaking love what I do. Wake up every day with excitement and purpose and passion, and I'm fired up about life because I'm doing something that I love. And I don't need everybody to understand. And I don't need everyone to understand, the decisions that I make or why I do a certain way. I do it because that's what feels right for me, and that's the people that I'm helping support, and I know that I'm providing value. And you get to make that decision too. And going the extra mile. When you go further in life, where you travel or you do something, everyone's like, "Ooh, why are you doing more? Why are you doing more like this? I don't understand why you're going, you're doing this, you're going the extra mile." It's almost like you're doing it and it's making them feel like they have to do it as well, because you're putting pressure on them to change and to move, right? Not directly, but that's how they feel. So they want you to be pulled down to their level rather than you elevating them up, okay? So they might also feel like it's competition. And when you do something that they haven't before, there's that element of jealousy and competition and comparison, right? So instead of someone just saying, "Oh my goodness, like, you're amazing, like, that was incredible what you did," people find that so hard. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's part of the human race that we find it hard to recognize and congratulate each other, and we don't just sit there and go, "She went here and she did this and blah, blah, why did she go to California?" And they're bitching about you and gossiping about you, but really they would freaking love to be here themselves. That's the crazy thing. Again, that's why it comes back to compassion for those people rather than anger. All right, so what do we do about it? What do we do about it? You got to have a stern conversation. If somebody is constantly saying things to you that are negative, you have permission to tell that person in a nice, kind, caring way, "Hey, I understand how you feel. And thank you for, looking out for me. And what I've found is that I love this. And if you can't support that I love being around these people, I just don't know if we have a friendship right now." It's not saying forever. It's just saying right now, I don't know if we can be friends. That's okay. They're going to be like, "Oh my goodness." They're either going to do one or two things. They're going to be like, "Fine," or they're going to be like, "Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that." Have you ever had that happen? Maybe when you've had an argument with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, right? Your spouse, your husband, your wife, and then you just kind of like recall it back in because you're like scared you're going to lose them. Exactly the same thing happens with friends. So just really think about having that stern conversation. Put your freaking foot down. Don't let somebody walk all over you if they're being negative and you really enjoyed your time. If you hated your time here in Southern California, or if you hated one of the trips, or if you hated one of the workouts, or if you didn't like any of the stuff that we did, no problem. Maybe that you agree with them. But if you generally in your heart do not agree with someone being negative towards you about doing the workouts, being part of the BTS app, being part of the inner transformation program, being part of any of that stuff, right? You get to have that conversation and say, "Look, one or two things. You can either support me, you can not, or you can actually come with me." That's what I would do. I would just invite them on the journey because really they're just looking for that invite. "Hey, I know that you haven't quite, really seen what I do in the BTS app or the inner transformation program or the workouts, but like, would you like to come and do a workout with me? Would you like to, hey, on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Rebecca's going to be doing a live workout on YouTube. I would love it if you could join me. Would you be open to that?" Here is your line, my friends. Ask them, would you be open to that? That's your question. That's your line right there. Will you be open to it? Okay. And then don't be around them. If they're going to continue saying things to you, look, I've had to decide that I don't want to hang around people. I've had, there's certain family members that, of other people that make comments. And I probably need to say something to it. We say like, "Hey, if you're going to keep making these comments, I really just don't want to be around you." But I have to say, like, I really do. I avoid it. I avoid going to certain family functions because I'm just like, I don't want to be around this person. And it's probably bad. And I probably need to make Sachi say something. But I just decided not to be there. It's like, fine, no problem. I don't particularly like this person. I'm just not going to be there. And then I don't feel sad or depressed or upset when I get back. Because I know that someone's going to say some sort of comment and it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be happy, right? I want to be around people who are fired up about what I do and say congratulations and they're excited and all of that stuff. I'm just not going to be around those people. I'm just not going to put myself in a situation where I'm not surrounded by people who are freaking unbelievably excited about life, about me, and about what we have going on in this world. Like, I'm just not going to be around them. So you don't have to find new people. Write this down. New solves all. New always solves all for everything. So don't have to be around those people. And why should you do it? They don't pay your bills. They don't get to live your life's purpose. And I just don't want you guys to regret anything. I don't want you guys to go through life and be like, oh my goodness, I let that one person's comment stop me from doing what I really want to do. I let that one person's opinion of me or of this stop doing what I really want to do. Like, I can't believe that I let that person, whether it was my spouse, whether it was my family member, my sister, my best friend, I can't believe that person put me off from living my life's purpose. Or I can't believe I let that person stop me from being healthy and working out and picking the right nutrition. I can't believe it. I don't want you to go through that. And so these people don't pay your bills. They're not the person who's waking you up every day saying, are you ready for your day? Let's get fired up. Let's go. They're not the people saying that. Unless they're the people right outside your bed in the morning and they're dancing around and they're super excited for you. No, it's not. It's just you. When you wake up, it's just you, and you have to feel that purpose and that passion every single day for what you do so that you get out of bed. If we don't feel excited, we often don't want to get out of bed. But when we do feel excited, we do want to get out of bed. And that's because we are living in our full passion and purpose. And then when do you need to do this? When do you need to make these decisions about living in your full purpose? When do you need to make the decisions about having these conversations with your people? When do you need to make the decision to get rid of those people and surround yourself with new people? When do you need to have a decision to start living the life that you really want? Today! Yes, it is today, my friends. Today is the day where you get to say, I am going to step into that full greatness. And negative people are going to come across every single day and try to throw me off my game. They're going to do it because it's just the universe testing me to see how great I get to be. We only grow in times of pain and struggle. That's where the growth happens, where everything is going hunky-dory and it's all amazing. We don't grow, but we do grow in those times of pain. So take a deep breath in, exhale everything out, and just know that you have this group of people around you here who are supporting you. Even if you feel like we're kind of online or in the clouds, we're not. We're really here. We're here for you. And this community has got your back. The universe has got your back. So next time that you want to go out and do something, or you've done something new, I want you to put on this podcast as a reminder. And this isn't just a podcast that you listen to once. This is a podcast that you're going to listen to multiple times to help you get to where you really want to be, and as a reminder. I hope this helps. I was inspired and it just felt so heavy on my heart to share this with you. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the reviews how this episode has helped and shaped and just got your mindset thinking in a slight way. If you've been to one of our retreats and you want to leave a review on the podcast, please do. I absolutely love connecting with you all over. You can take a little photo of yourself watching the podcast and tag us on the It Takes Grit podcast Instagram. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love you. Thank you for listening. You're amazing. Stay strong. Stay true to what you want. And I'll see you on our next episode. Love you guys. Mwah.